This woke band have now very publicly cut ties with their creative director, Ian Bannum, after they took offence to one of his recent tweets railing against extremist gender ideology. The celebrated director had commented on the case of Zara Jade, the convicted rapist who is currently serving a 9-year sentence for a vicious assault on his partner. Now, Jade, in my opinion, is rightly in a men's prison, despite his solicitor's efforts to get him sent to a female jail because he was in the process of transitioning. Bannum sparked woke uproar when he responded to a BBC article that had labelled the biologically mailed sex beast as a woman, declaring it's a man. So I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions. But the author and women's rights defender, JK Rowling, she was quick to slam the Irish band's virtue signalling decision to dump their director, tweeting, "The re-traumatisation of female rape survivors, including this man's victims, on seeing him called a woman by the press counts for naturally nothing. The so-called kindness and inclusivity of band Wild Youth is preening, self-satisfied misogyny." For those confused as to why Ian Bannum was fired and publicly lambasted by Wild Youth, here's one of his horrifying tweets. His crime is standing against the insanity of pretending knife-wielding rapists are women if they say they are. So, Charlie, you're obviously no stranger to the world of showbiz, but why do you think these young artists, these young bands, these young celebrities, are so intolerant of different opinions, given they always preach about inclusivity?
Well, it's not a surprise, Daniel, my friend, is it? I mean, they were always going to toe that particular party line, if you like, rather like their friends from that neck of the woods, Jedward. But these lot have got, instead of having funny haircuts, these lot have got bags over their heads. So anyway, fair, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. Look, this is just typical. They're following the trend that we have at the moment, that everybody would stand up and say something against JK because they can. It's a free country, and now it's like water off a duck's back to her now. And of course, if she was ever to have a debate with those 4 buck idiots, then she'd win hands down. It's as simple as that. And she sticks to her guns, and she has my full support. And you've only got to look at the people on social media now. There was an American guy on the other day saying, if anybody tries to stop me going into a lady's bathroom, it'll be the last thing you ever do. Now, interestingly enough, we all know Eurovision has a huge gay following, and that's absolutely fine. It's not my cup of tea, but, so I'll not be watching. But, I was speaking to a lesbian friend of mine this morning about this whole subject, and she was finding it increasingly unpleasant with her sexuality, with the transgender movement, not only having a go at Sharon Davis, God bless her, and Riley Gaines in America, but now they seem to be having a go at everybody. And so it's just trendy for these 4 idiots just to climb on the bandwagon. Imagine if they said something in support of their manager or whatever, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Couldn't possibly do that.
No, and they're on the wrong side of this one because they're backing a rapist over a brilliant director. I think it's so wrong.